This patch is called Arpeggiated Chord, and it's one of my favorites. It's still relatively simple, but there's a lot you can do with it. There's so many things you can do to really change how it's transforming the sound of your violin. So let's play with these dials down here. I'm gonna start by, I'm gonna have this tempo dial turned all the way up. You can see knob 0 controls the tempo, so we'll learn about that in a second. Chord quality. I'm gonna just turn it all the way down. You can see it's controlling this dial here. And as I turn it, it's snapping to these 8 different possibilities. So there's 8 different kinds of chords that I can get out of this. Let's just set it down here really to the first one. Then there's the reverb control. So I can turn knob number 2 and change the amount of reverb that I'm getting. So maybe I'll just put that like in the middle right there. And then there's some delay. I can add some delay to this. And I'm just gonna, it says position here, but it's the delay in this case. So let's just turn it all the way down there. So let's see how this sounds. Let's try turning down the tempo. Let's try changing the chord quality. So it might be kind of hard to tell what this is doing. And, I think the right way to play with this is to just turn the dials and play and listen and try different ways of playing. Don't just play, like automatically play a scale when you pick up your violin. That's kind of a thing that violinists tend to do. They just play a scale. Try holding a note. Just sustain a note for a while, very quietly, see what happens. Pluck. Make your playing really sparse. Listen so you can hear what's happening, what's being transformed. If you look at this module here that gives us this kind of model of a keyboard, you can see that it's switching between the first note here and then the 5th. And if you listen really closely, you can hear, and I'll tell you that what's happening to the notes that I'm playing is that they're getting shifted down an octave, they're getting shifted up an octave, and now they're getting shifted up a 5th. And the rate at which that happens has to do with this blinking here, how fast these notes are changing. So if I turn up the tempo quite a bit, so it's really flickering like that. It's changing how fast the note that I'm playing is being dropped down an octave and pushed up an octave and pushed up a 5th. And if I turn this chord quality dial even further, you can see now it's playing that E flat, which means it's also going to push the note that I'm playing up a minor 3rd. So now if I just play one note, it's going to turn that note into a minor chord. So let me turn up the volume. So this changes the violin into this instrument that can be an accompaniment instrument, right? Usually the violin plays the melodic lines, but now by playing one note, I can play a chord, and I can change the note I'm playing and change the chord I'm playing. So this puts the violinist in a very different position than they're used to being in. Now they're producing the accompaniment. And there's more we can do here. We can turn up the reverb a little bit. Let's try that. Let's try turning up dial number 2. you can keep playing with this and really explore all these different things it'll do. I could turn the chord dial all the way up, and now we're getting all kinds of different things. So let's see what this sounds like. So this, I think, is really cool. If you turn the chord quality dial all the way up, it's basically going to play a bunch of different notes. It's going to play a sequence of 8 different notes where it's taking the note that you're playing and moving it all over the place, arpeggiating it. So there's all kinds of things you can do here. There's so much depth. Just keep playing with it. Let me turn up the delay. We can try this as well. This one's really fun because it changes your intuitions as a violinist. It's making you play a little bit more sparse and a little more slowly, I think. But you should also try playing fast and going crazy. I don't know, there's so many things that I haven't tried yet, and that's what you're here for, is to explore and find out what's possible with this.